Welcome back to Josiah Plays Deus Ex Human Revolution. I'm coming over here to this side to hopefully find some other sewers. Over here. So here I go. Looking around for another... Here we go. This is another sewers. So maybe this is precisely what I'm looking for. Ah, and there's guys down here. And they're green. So these might be the mercs that I can actually talk to. Okay, well, I just needed to look around. And use deductive reasoning to find the place. And use the maps and stuff. Which is what I did. I mean, I don't know that I found them, but I really do now have a strong feeling that those green guys on my map, on my radar, must be the mercenaries I'm looking for. So I'll save again. And now I'll go talk to these guys. Yeah, that's them. There they are, Zelazny and his team. And now my mission has changed, finally, to deal with Zelazny and his team. So what's it say? Time to deal with Zelazny and his men. I could always shoot first and ask questions later, but Dr. Wing told me I might also try reasoning with these guys. So reasoning is going to be my choice. There they are. He's got 3 guys with him, and that's obviously him.
They send you?
If you're talking about your former buddies at Bell Tower, the answer is no.
Wait a minute. You're Jensen, right? I heard that some of my former buddies have been looking for you.
This guy's really ogged. This is straight up super soldier right here. Heard that some of his former buddies may... Alright, so I can be inquisitive, I can be invasive, I can be brash.
Could be. What's it to you?
When a stranger sojourns with you in your land, you shall not do him wrong.
You've dropped the merc gig to become a man of the cloth?
Hardly. I just have an interest in theology. And I love quoting the book. Everything in it is so evocative. Now, tell me, are you here to stop me?
Yes.
That I am.
Then perhaps you should reconsider. There are many of us, and only one of you. At this moment, my men and I have no quarrel with you. So you don't have to die for a war that isn't yours.
Dude looks badass. Here we go. I said I was here to stop you, not fight you.
I said I was here to stop you, not fight you. A friend of yours sent me to convince you to turn yourself in.
Let me guess. Dr. Wing, right? He's a good man. And I know he's only trying to do what he thinks is right. But he doesn't quite grasp the whole picture here.
Then why don't you enlighten me? Start by explaining why you went rogue.
When an average man decides he no longer shares his employer's views and opts to leave, we say he's handing in his resignation. When men like us do the same, it's called going rogue. You can't quit a job like ours, Jensen. You know that.
Yeah, okay, I can relate. But you still haven't answered my question. And what do you mean when you say you no longer share your employer's view?
Back in the US, when I first got into the Army, I did it because I wanted to serve my country. I believed in its values. I believed in its government. Back then, I believed that by serving my government, I was serving the people it was supposed to protect.
Nice sentiment. But you don't work for the US anymore, you work for Bell Tower.
Times change, Jensen. You know the story. Capitalism's final encroachment on one of the most lucrative industries in the history of mankind. War got privatized. The US military offloaded its special operations to PMCs like Blue Water Global and Bell Tower.
Yeah.
I believed that as long as they were working for the government, they were serving the same cause. So when they offered me the chance to work on major operations at twice the pay grade, I made my jump.
Why don't we just skip to when things went sour?
Bell Tower outfitted us with top-notch augmentations. The kind of stuff civilians never hear about. Gave us a massive edge over the enemy. Later, seeing as my unit was one of the most successful ones, they selected us for a special program. Top secret. Experimental tech. Told us we would get to work on critical black ops for the US government. But there was a price to pay.
Go on.
We had to be implanted with a neural hub that manipulates memory centers in the brain. Basically controlling what you can and cannot remember.
Oh,
And
wow.
you agreed to this?
Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. The augmentation was supposed to keep us safe, make sure we'd never remember details if we fell behind enemy lines. That was the main function. The second one, the one they didn't tell us about, was to lower our inhibitions.
Uh-oh.
Make us more receptive to orders we'd likely disobey.
Oh, this sounds bad.
Bell Tower turned us into the perfect mercs.
How come they didn't outfit the whole agency? Alright, let's continue with Inquisitive, get more information.
If you were so perfect, and the hub made you so perfect, how did it fail? How come they didn't outfit the whole agency?
I told you the tech was experimental. After a couple of ops, I started experiencing memory shifts, remembering bits and fragments of past operations. Slowly, I realized some of these operations couldn't logically have been orchestrated by the government. I was asked to do highly questionable things, even by professional standards.
Aren't we all?
Not like this, Jensen. Our services had been sold to corrupt officials in the American and Chinese governments.
It's not good.
A combination of lies and use of the neural aug made sure we complied. We were working for a shadow government. Individuals corrupted by a quest for personal power.
So how'd you get out of it?
I confronted the project director. He quoted Apocalypse Now.
Huh.
You have to have men who are moral, and at the same time who are able to utilize their primordial instincts to kill without feeling. I forced him to disconnect the hub, for me and my squad mates here. And then I killed him. I went through his files and contacts.
Wow.
I know who these corrupt men are now. They've turned us into killing machines, and now they'll get to experience their experiment firsthand.
Well, I'm kind of on this guy's side. Have to turn yourself in, or I can approve of what he's doing. Wow. Play this by the book. I think I do approve of him, actually. But should I stop him? I don't know. Sort of a moral quandary here. It's nice that you get the choice, though. I'm sure I could convince him using pheromones or whatever. But that seems kind of unfair. The question is, what's he gonna do? How bad is it gonna be if I let him go? You know, like, is he gonna kill a bunch of innocents? Or, you know, is there gonna be collateral damage? I think I'm gonna approve.
Dr. Wing said our situations would resonate. I don't think he realized it might go both ways. Some men deserve the justice we bring on them. Do what you have to do, Zelazny. I won't get in your way.
I appreciate that, Jensen. I didn't want you to die for a cause that isn't yours. These men I killed, and these men I'm going to kill. They have names, families, they're people. Their deaths shouldn't be erased from my memory by some electronic software. They should haunt me, taunt me, until I finally meet our Lord and pay for my sins. But the men behind this, they deserve to die. And I think there's poetry in the fact that they engineered their own demise.
Yeah, that was cool. So, I completed the mission, but I didn't actually do what Dr. Wing wanted me to, so when I go back and tell him, I'm sure he is not going to be happy. Wow, that was pretty cool. That was real cool. Dr. Wing is waiting at the limb clinic to find out what happened with Zelazny. Guess I shouldn't keep a nervous man waiting. And I gained a praxis point. So I'll go ahead and grab this Typhoon system. Launch mini explosives in a 360-degree arc at a range of 8 meters. In effect, the Typhoon augmentation turns its user into a human fragmentation grenade, placing him or her at the center of a blast radius that inflicts a ranged sphere of damage on surrounding targets in all directions without focus or aim. Every detonation requires the expenditure of 1 ammo pack and 1 energy cell. Oh, I'm gonna need ammo for the Typhoon if I want to use it. That's annoying. Maybe I won't get the Typhoon. It sounds amusing, and maybe I'd use it on a couple of robots. Maybe I'd use it on bosses or something, but I don't know that I really want it. Other options include aim stabilizer. Don't want these things at all. Otherwise, I'm looking into mark and track, last known location, hacking fortify, hacking analyze. Don't care about that at all. Cooldown timer. Meh. More dermal armor. You know what? Screw it. I'll get the damn Typhoon. Why not? It's an anti-personnel weapon implanted in a series of subdermal pads along the back of the user's arms, upper legs, and torso. The pads are loaded with a matrix of small 10mm stainless steel ball bearings above a thin layer of fixed-focus electromagnetic repulsion field generators. On activation, the implant releases the ball bearings in an optimal 360-degree shrapnel shockwave cloud that inflicts severe damage on unarmored targets at close range, and an additional blowback effect on middle distance targets. Sounds pretty sweet. I'll buy it. Light damage variant. Use. Deals enough damage to kill all living targets. Robots get damaged, but not enough to be destroyed. And this is what I have now. The base use of the Typhoon explosive system is as a light damage variant, designed to take down human adversaries at close range and inflict a minimum of local structural damage. And then when I get my next point, I'll upgrade it to the heavy, which I could use on, to kill robots and so forth, and it'll probably be nice against bosses. Yeah. So there we go. I have a Typhoon. I'm gonna have to get some Typhoon ammo now, since I don't actually have any. Oh. Looks like it comes with a little bit, but I actually have to have room in my inventory to pick it up. So, this huge energy jar, I'm just gonna eat it. Alright, so Typhoon ammo, I have 1 of, and I'll just hold on to that. Okay, go back and tell Dr. Wing that I did not complete his mission the way he wanted me to. I did some different shit. So this is... I remember finding these sewers before, and there was no one in here, nothing, and I was like, what the hell's the point of this? Maybe I'll have to come back here for a later mission. And then there it was, so... I let him go. Because basically I agree with what he's doing. Those corrupt bastards that he's working for set all that up, that whole conspiracy, and super soldiers with brain chips where they could be controlled, where they would forget things, where they had lowered inhibitions, and then they were being, ordered to do more and more unethical things, more and more atrocities and stuff. Wait, where the hell? What did I do here? Alright, I went the wrong way, is the answer. Anyway, that's all the time I have for this video, pretty much. So...
Hey, Jensen.
Oh.
Zelazny here.
Zelazny? How'd you get this frequency?
You're no stranger to top-secret augmentations, Jensen. You figure it out. In the meantime...
Hold on, I gotta pause here because that's all the time I have. Thanks for watching. Josiah plays Deus Ex Human Revolution. I'll see you next time.